Good morning to all of you. Our next point 2.6.2 combination of errors. Okay, in previous videos we have seen that how the absolute error will be formed or how the relative errors and how the percentage error will be formed. Now we have to see the combinations of error. Means if suppose the two physical quantities are given, one physical quantity A and another physical quantity B, then how we have to combine their errors in terms of addition. When A and B are in addition, then how to combine the errors, how to the combination of errors in form in additions, in subtraction, in multiplication and in divisions we have to see. Now first we have to see error of a sum or a difference. Error of a sum or a difference. Error of a sum or difference. Okay, means when the two physical quantities are given, we have to take their sums. Then what about the errors? Means what happen in the errors, and if you have take the difference between A and B, then what happens in the errors. Okay, let A can be measured as A plus or minus delta A. Okay, now A is the one of the physical quantity which can be measured as A plus or minus delta A. Now here A is the true values and delta A is the errors, and the another physical quantity B which is equal to B plus or minus delta B, where B is the true value and delta B is the error occurred in a measurement. Okay, A is equal to A plus or minus delta A and B is equal to B plus or minus delta B, where A is the measured value and delta A is the error, and B in a B is the measured value and delta B is the error while measuring B. Okay, now when addition can be taken. Now when we have to take addition of A plus B, then Z is equal to A plus B. Okay, while we are taking a addition, Z is equal to A plus B. Now what is meant by Z? Z is equal to Z plus or minus delta Z, which is equal to A is nothing but A plus or minus delta A, plus B is nothing but B plus or minus delta B. While you are taking the addition, Z plus or minus delta Z, which is equal to this A plus this B, A plus B. Now this plus or minus you have to take a combine, then delta A plus delta B. Now this is the Z, and this, that is A plus B is equal to this Z. Delta A plus delta B is the delta Z, means this is the error. Okay, therefore the maximum error occurring in a measurement while we have to add, then maximum error delta Z is equal to, that is plus or minus delta A plus delta B. Therefore the maximum possible error in Z while in addition is delta Z, which is equal to, this is the delta Z, delta A plus delta B. Okay, while we have take the additions, then the error delta Z, which is equal to error of A plus error of B, that is delta Z is equal to delta A plus delta B. Now in terms of subtraction or difference. Now subtraction, while we are taking a subtraction or while you are taking the difference between a two physical quantity. Now Z is equal to A minus B. Now where A is greater than B, okay, then A minus B, then the maximum error, that is A, how we can write Z? Z is equal to Z plus or minus delta Z, which is equal to, how you can write A plus or minus delta A, minus, how you can write B plus or minus delta B. Okay, while you have to combine, that is z plus or minus delta z, that is a minus b. Okay, plus or minus you have to take common, that is delta a minus delta b, but actually here that is delta a plus delta b. Now this is the delta z. Okay, while you are taking a subtraction or difference, then you have to subtract it's a true value, we have to subtract its true value, but you have to add always their errors. Okay, in subtraction also you have to add their errors always. Okay, means the maximum error in z, the maximum error in z while subtraction is delta z is equal to delta a plus delta b. Okay, in subtraction we have to always add their errors. Okay, the maximum possible errors we have to add the errors of a and errors of b. Okay, in addition also you have to add their errors, and in subtraction also you have to add their individual errors. Okay, from that, what is the rule of addition of errors? Okay, rule for addition of errors. Okay, please remember that while we are taking a addition, then also the maximum error is we have to add the errors of individual quantity, that is error of a plus error of b. Okay, while we are taking a subtraction, you have to subtract their main values, or we have to subtract the true values, but you have to add their errors. Okay, we have to add their errors. The maximum possible errors is sum of the errors of a individual quantity. Therefore, rules for subtraction of errors. Rules for subtraction of errors, that is subtraction or addition. Rules for addition or subtraction of errors. Okay, while we have add or subtract, or while we have to add or taking a difference of two physical quantity, then what happens in the errors? The rule is that when two quantities are added, or subtracted, when two quantities are added or subtracted, the absolute error in the final state, in the final result, the absolute error in the final result is the absolute error in the final result is the sum of the absolute error in the individual quantities. Means if addition or subtraction are given, then the total absolute error, that is final absolute error, is the sum of the absolute errors of a individual quantities. Means the total error is equal to sum of the errors of a first quantity and errors of a second quantity. Now example, now let we are taking a length, let L1 is the length of a one rod, which is equal to 8.2 centimeter plus or minus 0.03 centimeter. Now this is the L1 is the length of a one rod having its length is 8.2 centimeter plus or minus 0.03 centimeter. Now this 0.03 centimeter is the error in the length. Okay, and another rod having a length L2 which is equal to 6.4 centimeter plus or minus 0.04 centimeter. Now this is the L1 is the one rod and L2 is the another rod. Okay, and if you have add the length of L1 and L2, then what happen? And if you have subtract the length of one rod from the another rod, okay, then calculate the total length of the two rods. Okay, calculate the sum of the length of the rod, and also calculate the difference in the length of the rod. Now first, sum of the rod. Okay, that is sum. Okay, sum or addition of the length of a rod. Okay, now what happened? That is total addition. That is, we have to take as a L prime, which is equal to L1 plus L2. Okay, then in a addition, what happened? We have to add their main values or true values, and also we have to add their absolute errors. That is, L1 is equal to 8.2 plus or minus 0.03 plus what is the L2? L2 is 6.4 plus or minus 0.04. Now what happened? L prime is, which is equal to, we have to add their true values. Now this value will be added with this value. Therefore that is 8.2 plus 6.4. Now we have to, when we have to take a addition, then we have to add their errors. Okay, means this error will be added with this error, that is plus or minus, add their errors 0.03 plus 0.04. Now 8.2 plus 6.4 we get, that is 14.6 plus or minus, now we have to add their errors, that is 0.07. Now then maximum error is how much? 0.07. Then the total values when we have to add their rods are given by 14.6 plus or minus 0.07. Now this is the true value of a addition of two rods, and these are the errors occurring while measuring the total length of the rod. Okay, now next we have to take a difference between their length. Okay, difference. Now in that case you have to take L double prime, which is equal to, difference means larger quantity minus lesser quantity. Okay, which length is more? L1 is more, that is L1 minus L2. Okay, now while we are taking the difference, then in that case we have to take the difference between their true values, but we have to add their errors. Okay, now in that case this is the L1 and this is the L2. Therefore L1 is how much? 8.2 plus or minus 0.03 minus L2 is 6.4 plus or minus 0.04. Now while we are taking their difference, in that case we are taking the difference between their true values, that is 8.2 minus 6.4, but we have to add their errors. Okay, we have to take difference between their true values and we have to add their errors. In that case we have to add their errors, that is 0.03 plus 0.04. Okay, while you are taking a difference, you have to take difference between their true values, but we have to always add their errors, that is 8.2 minus 6.4 we get 8.2 minus 6.4 we get, that value is 8.2 minus 6.4 we get 1.8. Okay, 1.8, that is plus or minus, we have to add their errors, that is 0.07. Now this is the difference between the length of the two rods. Okay, then you have to you have to better to understand how to add or how to subtract the errors. Now we have to see one example, that is example 2.8. Now example 2.8, the temperature of two bodies measured by thermometers are T1 which is equal to 20 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius and T2 is equal to 50 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. Calculate the temperature difference and the error therein. Okay, what they are giving a temperature T1 and temperature T2. Then we have to calculate the difference between the temperature in the thermometers, and also we have to calculate the error occurs while measuring in the temperatures. Now what they are given that is T1 which is equal to 20 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius, and that is T2 is equal to 50 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5 degree Celsius. Now the difference between the temperature. Now difference between the thermometer temperature, the difference between the measurement of a temperature. Okay, the difference between the temperature is the difference, we have to say that T prime, the T prime is equal to, difference is nothing but maximum value minus minimum value. Which value is maximum? The T2 value is more as compared to T1 value. Therefore T prime which is the difference which is equal to T2 minus T1. Okay, while we are taking the difference, in that case that is T2 value is how much? 50 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5 degree Celsius minus T1 is equal to 20 degrees Celsius plus or minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. While we have to taking the difference, in that case we have to take the difference between the true values and we have to add their errors. That is 50 degrees Celsius minus 20 degrees Celsius plus or minus. Now this is the difference between their true values and we have to always add their errors. That is 0.5 degrees Celsius plus 0.5 degree Celsius. While we are taking the difference in any physical quantity, then we have to take the difference between their true values, but we have to add their errors. That is 50 minus 20 which is a 30 degree Celsius. Okay, plus or minus the addition of error is 0.5 degree Celsius plus 0.5 degree Celsius is 1 degree Celsius. Therefore the difference between the temperatures in a thermometers are 30 degrees Celsius plus or minus 1 degree Celsius. Okay, in that case the error occurring while we are taking the difference between the thermometer is 1 degree Celsius error. Okay, therefore 1 degree Celsius errors occurs in a measurement while taking difference between them. Okay, therefore 1 degree Celsius error occurs while taking difference between them, and the difference between them is 30 degrees Celsius plus or minus 1 degree Celsius. Now this is about the, while we are taking a addition and subtraction, what happens in the error we have to see. Next we have to see while we have take the product between a two physical quantity, means errors of a product of a or a quotient. Okay, while we are taking the product, means that is multiplication of two physical quantity or division of two physical quantity, what happen about the errors. Now error of a product or quotient. Okay, now let the physical quantity A can be measured as A plus or minus delta A, and B is the physical quantity which can be measured as B plus or minus delta B, while we are taking the product. Okay, now while we are taking the product, what happen? Now product Z, which is equal to A into B. Now while we are taking the product of A and B, now while we are taking the addition or subtraction, in that case we have to, while the error which is equal to the sum of the individual errors, but while we are taking the product or quotient, product or division, in that case we have to discuss about the relative errors. Okay, while in addition and subtraction we have to discuss with absolute error, but while we are taking the product or quotient or product or division, in that case we have discussed about the relative error. While we are taking product Z, which is equal to A into B, then the relative error, relative error in Z is, okay, then we have to find out the relative errors. Okay, while we are taking the product or quotient, product or division, in that case we have to discuss about the relative errors. Then you know that relative errors is nothing but delta A by A. Okay, now in that case the relative error of Z is delta Z by Z. Now relative error in Z is delta Z by Z, which is equal to, now A and B are in terms of product. While A and B are in terms of product, then what happens in their relative errors? In that case delta Z by Z, which is equal to, we have to take the relative errors of A. What is the relative errors of A? That is delta A by A. Okay, then plus relative errors of B, delta B by B. Okay, while we are taking the product, in that case we have to take the relative errors of first quantity plus relative errors of second quantity. Now while the two physical quantities are in product, then their relative errors is equal to relative errors of first quantity plus relative errors of second quantity. Now in case of division, okay, in case of division, if Z is equal to A divides B, if Z is equal to A divides B, in that case what happen? The relative error of Z, the relative error of Z is, in that case also same, the relative error of Z is delta Z by Z, which is equal to relative error of numerator, delta Z, that is delta A by A, plus relative error of denominator, that is delta B by B. Okay, that is relative error of Z, which is equal to relative error of numerator plus relative error of denominator. Okay, means what is the rule while we are taking the product or quotient? In that case the rule for relative errors is, when two quantities are multiplied or divides, the relative error in the result is the sum of the relative errors in their multipliers. Okay, multipliers means numerator is 1 multiplier, denominator is 1 multiplier. In that case, that is product, that is first quantity is 1 multiplier, second quantity is 1 multipliers. Therefore the rules for multiplication and divisions, the rule of the combination of error is that when two quantities are multiplied or divided, when two quantities are multiplied or divided, the relative error in the result the relative error in the result is the relative error in the result is the sum of the relative error is the sum of the relative error in the sum of the relative errors in the multiplier. Okay, means while we are taking a product or division, in that case the resultant of a relative error is equal to sum of the relative errors in the multipliers. We have to see one, that is two examples based on this rule. Now example 2.9, the resistance R which is equal to V by I, where V is the velocity and I is the current. Resistance R is equal to velocity by current, where velocity V which is equal to 100 plus or minus 5 volt and current I which is equal to 10 plus or minus 0.2 amperes. Then we have to find out the percentage error in R. Okay, now what they are given, that V which is equal to 100 plus or minus 5 volt and that is current I which is equal to 10 plus or minus 0.2 amperes. Okay, now we have to find out the percentage error in R. Now the percentage error in R is given by the percentage error in R. Then what is the formula? That is, formula is R is equal to V by I. Okay, also they are given that formula R is equal to V by I. Then how to find out the relative error of R? Relative error of R which is equal to the relative error of V plus relative error of I. Now the percentage error is nothing but relative error into 100. Therefore the percentage error in R which is equal to delta R by R into 100. Okay, now which is equal to, now this is the relative error into 100. Okay, now the relative error of R is equal to V by I. Therefore relative error of V by I is nothing but delta V by V plus delta I by I. Now this is the relative error of V by I. Okay, V by I, the relative error of V by I is delta V by V plus delta I by I into 100, means this is the percentage error. Now this is the relative error into 100. The relative error of V by I is delta V by V plus delta I by I into 100. This is the percentage error. Now put down the value delta V. Okay, now this is the V and this is the delta V. Delta V is 5. 5 divided by V is 100. 5 by 100 plus delta I. Delta I is 0.2. 0.2 divided by I is 10. Okay, into 100. Now we have to multiply this 100 individually. Then 5 by 100 into 100 plus 0.2 divided by 10 into 100. Now this 100 cancel, then 5 plus, now this 0 cancel, then 0.2 into 10 we get 2. 0.2 into 10 we get 2. Then 5 plus 2 means 7. That is the percentage error in R is 7%. That is delta R by R into 100, which is equal to 7%. Therefore the percentage error in R is 7%. Therefore the percentage error in R is 7%. The percentage error in, while we have to measure the resistance, is 7%. Next we have to see example 2.10. Next example 2.10. Two resistors of resistance R1 which is equal to 100 plus or minus 3 ohms and resistance R2 which is equal to 200 plus or minus 4 ohms are connected in series and B connected in parallel. Find the equivalent resistance of the series combination and parallel combination. Use the relation in series relation in when the two resistors are connected in series, then use the relation that is R equivalent which is equal to R1 plus R2, and for parallel combination 1 by R equivalent which is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, and delta R equivalent divided by R equivalent square which is equal to delta R1 by R1 square plus delta R2 by R2 square. We have to find out the equivalent resistance while connected in series, while connected in parallel combination. Now first, while the resistance A and B, means that is resistance R1 and R2 are connected in series. Okay, a series combination. A series combination. Okay, means that is, suppose one resistance, this is the R1, and another resistance R2 are connected in series. Okay, then we have to find out their equivalent resistance. Then you know that the formula R equivalent which is equal to R1 plus R2, this is when the two resistors are connected in series. Now use the formula R equivalent which is equal to R1 plus R2 when they are connected in series. Okay, when they are connected in series, R equivalent which is equal to R1 plus R2. Now we have to add that two physical quantity R1 plus R2. Now R equivalent is nothing but R equivalent plus or minus delta R equivalent which is equal to, that is how you can write R1. R1 is nothing but R1 plus or minus delta R1 plus R2 is nothing but R2 plus or minus delta R2. While the two physical quantities are in added, then we have to add their true values, also add their errors. That is R1 plus R2 plus or minus delta R1 plus delta R2. Now what is the R1 values? Now in that case R1 value is nothing but 100 plus what is the R2 value? R2 value is 200, that is 100 plus 200 plus or minus delta R1. Now this is the delta R1, 3 ohms plus delta R2. Delta R2 is 4. 3 ohms plus 4 ohms. That is R equivalent. Okay, that is total value of measurement R equivalent when they are connected in series combination is 100 plus 200 plus or minus 3 plus 4. That is 100 plus 200 means 300 plus or minus 3 plus 4 means 7 ohms. Okay, while we have connected in series, the measurement of the equivalent resistance value is 300 plus or minus 7. Now this 300 is the true value and that 7 ohms are the errors occurring while measuring the two resistors are connected in series. Then the equivalent resistance value is 300 plus or minus 7. Now this 7 is the error occurring while measuring the values of equivalent resistance when they are connected in series combination. Now next we have to find out the equivalent resistance while they are connected in parallel combination. Now B, parallel combination. Okay, in parallel combination, what is R equivalent which is equal to, that is R equivalent plus or minus delta R equivalent. Okay, you know that A is equal to A plus or minus delta A, means R equivalent which is equal to R equivalent plus or minus delta R equivalent. Now for parallel combination, they are giving a two formulas, 1 by R equivalent which is equal to 1 by R plus 1 by R2, and another formula that is delta R equivalent divided by R2 equivalent square, that is R equivalent square, which is equal to delta R1 divided by R1 square plus delta R2 divided by R2 square. Okay, from that we have to find out R equivalent, and from using second formula you have to determine the delta R equivalent. Now first using first formula we have to determine R equivalent, and using second formula you have to determine delta R equivalent. Then combining both of these value we get R equivalent values. Okay, now using first formula, 1 by R equivalent, 1 by R equivalent which is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Using this formula you have to determine R equivalent value. Now this is the formula for parallel combination. Then 1 by R equivalent which is equal to, now make their denominators are same, that is R1 into R2. Okay, means then rationalizing their denominators, that is R1 into R2, while we are taking the cross multiplication, that is R2 plus R1, which is nothing but that is R1 plus R2 divided by R1 plus R2. 1 by R equivalent which is equal to R1 plus R2 divided by R1 into R2. R1 plus R2 divided by R1 into R2. Now 1 by R equivalent which is equal to R1 plus R2 divided by R1 into R2. Now we have to find out R equivalent. Therefore reverse the numerator and denominator term. Therefore R equivalent, if you have reversed the left hand side, then you have to right hand side also reverse the numerator and denominator. Therefore R equivalent which is equal to R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Then put down the values of R1 and R2, then find out the R equivalent value. Then what is the value of R1? The value of R1 is 100 and value of R2 is 200. Therefore 100 into 200 divided by R1 is 100 plus 200. Then 100 into 200 is, that is 20,000 divided by 100 plus 200 is 300. Now this 20 cancel. Okay, now this is only 300. Okay, that is 300. 100 plus 200, 300. This 20 and this 20 cancel. Therefore 200 by 3. Then R equivalent which is equal to 200 by 3 ohms. Okay. Now this is the R equivalent. Also we have to write this is the 0.667 ohms. Now this is the R equivalent value. Next using second formula you have to find out delta R equivalent. Now using the second formula. Okay, what is the second formula? Delta R equivalent divided by R equivalent square which is equal to delta R1 by R1 square plus delta R2 by R2 square. That is delta R equivalent divided by R equivalent square which is equal to delta R1 by R1 square. Delta R1 by R1 square plus delta R2 by R2 square. Using that formula you have to determine delta R equivalent. Therefore delta R equivalent which is equal to, taking cross multiplication, delta R1 into R equivalent square divided by R1 square plus delta R2 divided by delta R2 into R equivalent square divided by R2 square. Means this is taking cross multiplication of first term and cross multiplication of second term. Therefore delta R equivalent which is equal to delta R1 into R equivalent square divided by R1 square plus delta R2 into R equivalent square divided by R2 square. Now this delta R1, what is the value of delta R1? Delta R1 is 3. Okay, that is 3 into R equivalent square. What is the R equivalent? This is the R equivalent. Therefore, it's a square. 200 by 3 whole square divided by R1 square. What is the R1 value? R1 value is 100. Therefore, 100 square plus delta R2. See here, delta R2 means 4. Therefore, 4 into R equivalent square. R equivalent means 200 by 3 square divided by R2 square. What is the R2? R2 means 200. Therefore, 200 square. R equivalent, which is equal to 3 into 200 divided by 3 into 100 whole square plus 4 into in bracket 200 divided by 3 into 200 whole square. Now these two zero cancel. Now here these 200 cancel. Therefore, delta R equivalent, which is equal to 3 into, here in numerator 2, in denominator 3 into 1 is 3 whole square plus 4 into, here in numerator only 1 present, in denominator 3. Therefore, 1 by 3 whole square. Therefore, 3 into 2 by 3 whole square. 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. Therefore, 4 by 9 plus 4 into 1 square is 1, 3 square is 9. 1 by 9. Therefore, this is 3 into 4, that is 12 by 9 plus 4 into 1, 4 by 9. 12 by 9 plus 4 by 9, which is equal to 16 by 9. Okay, 16 by 9, which is approximately 1.8. Therefore, delta R equivalent, which is equal to 1.8 ohms. Therefore, the R equivalent, which is equal to R equivalent plus or minus delta R equivalent. Then what is the value of R equivalent? The value of R equivalent is 0.667 plus or minus delta R equivalent is 1.8 ohms. Now this is the equivalent resistance when the two resistance R1 and R2 are connected parallelly. Next, we have to see the another property of combination of errors.